3, 2, 1. Servus, grüezi, and welcome not to the best night, your favorite podcast with your favorite B-boys, your favorite breaking show. My guest this time all the way from beautiful Finland, representing B-boy and B-girl dojo and legendary Flow Mo. Please make some noise for Mr. Focus.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure. Happy to
So
be here.
first of all, thanks so much for taking your time, brother. I always like to give respect and shout outs to my guests at the beginning of the show. Thank you for everything you did for the culture, for the scene. You are already legendary creator of footwork. Of course, you can do everything. You can do everything, but people recognize you more for your originality in footwork, right? So thank you. Keep doing your thing, and shout outs to you, brother.
Hey, thank you so much. And thank you for rocking the podcast, sharing knowledge
Yes.
with the next generation. And we leave blueprints, we leave documentation here and
Yes,
there. And
yes,
if a person is interested, if they're doing their research, the tools
yes,
are out there. You just need to
yes,
do some research and
yes.
pick one
Because
by one.
back in the days, we had so little amount of knowledge, right? And everything was like, ooh, I have a new VHS. Ooh, I have a new clip. And nowadays, with this shit in your pocket, you get lazy and you have everything in here.
We had nothing, man. When I started breaking, I didn't know the other countries braked. I had no idea about breakers in the next town. I had nothing else
Nothing.
except for my teacher from the 80s, an old school B-boy from Finland, and
Yeah.
then Beat Street, and that's it. That's it. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
And then make your own shit out of that you got, right?
Exactly. And you don't want to bite. You see something dope, but you don't want to bite it. So you kind of
But this was
try to
this
create
was
your
the
own thing.
biggest rule, right?
It was. I'm not sure if it is anymore, but I haven't heard no people except for
Well,
Ken Switz say it for a decade. Don't bite.
yeah,
So let's make it out loud. We're gonna start the podcast with "Don't bite,"
yeah. Don't.
even in 2026 or 2046. I don't care.
It's the always good to take inspirations, right? You see a dope move, you see a dope combo, you see a dope transitions, but don't copy it one to one. Add your own twist, put another move in, make some little details different, make it your own, but don't just take it, make it, and then hope, yeah, I'm gonna win a battle, because
Absolutely.
this is not what I also think that now is happening. uh, I love that more and more people start breaking, right? And it gets in different countries, different cultures, different styles. It breaking lives from this, right? But in my opinion, I think people just love the dance, but they don't appreciate or love or live the whole culture. The fashion,
Hmm.
the music, the knowledge. What do you think? You also see a trend like this?
I do, and I still hear people saying that there is no knowledge out there. There is no resources. There's no documentation. That's bullshit. Because we didn't have anything. We had to travel, freaking go to barbecue sessions, backyard training spots, whatever it is. Ask questions, ask questions.
Yes.
So if we managed to do it, then the generation of today have no excuse.
Now, 100%, 100%. Like I said in the beginning, every information was cherished. It was like, hey, you need to know this. You don't know this. And like legendary battles, legendary events, legendary call outs and things like that, And now it's like we have too much information and people like, what should I watch first, or who do I talk to? And then they get lazy, like you say, and then all the unoriginality shit happens, right? But
Yeah.
you grew up in Finland, right? You were born in Finland.
Yes, I was born in Finland in
So how was
July 1983.
1983? Nice.
Yep.
So do you remember the first time that you saw something that was hip hop related, not dance, especially?
Absolutely, yeah. So my big sister, who is 6 years older than me, used to give me these cassette tapes of music that she loved. There was some
Nice,
Madonna, Michael Jackson, and eventually maybe like an MC Hammer or whatever it is.
nice.
Small Run DMC here and there. And then we would always go to parties for Throne for Kids in school. So when I was 11 years old in 1995 was the first time I actually saw a cipher. I
Nice.
didn't see too much of other hip hop things before that, but then I was in a party. The DJ dropped something nice, like a rapper's delight. Suddenly, there's a circle on the floor and somebody's beating on their back, and I'm like,
Ah!
"That's it. I need to give it a try. Don't know what it is. Kind of random, mad, aggressive, kind of frightening too, but I do need to give it a try." And that's where it started from. Springtime. I think it was May 1995.
After you saw that cipher, who did you approach to learn it?
The people who danced was 1 or 2 years older than me. You know, when you're in
Okay,
school and there's these kids that you look
of
up
course.
to that are like mad old, like 1 or 2 years older, and you're like, oh my God, these guys are kings. So the
Mhm.
coolest kids in schools were the ones who was in the cipher, who was getting busy. So
Mm.
I'm like, this makes sense. It connects somehow. And then I started finding out that there is, besides these kids, there's a couple other people who's doing it again. And they were all taught by this one guy called Mikko Agren,
Miko.
who Mikko Agren, yeah. So B-boy from the 80s. After the breaking scene died out, he made a promise to himself that he keeps teaching no matter what. Like even though there's no breakers around, there's no scene, he wanted to keep going that one day maybe we have one. So I'm living in this small village of 5,000 people. There's no other people around, just 5,000 people, just forest and freaking that's it. And suddenly this guy from the 80s comes up from the next city, just keeps weekly classes. So I see the cipher, I find the classes, I go there weekly, and he teach me everything that he knew.
Nice. So that's dope. That's dope. Because in the 90s, you don't really have a breaking school, right?
No way, man. He would come to my school. It's like an after school program. So after my school is finished, in the
Mm.
sports room, he would give classes over there, which is
Nice.
crazy because no other city had b-boys except for my little 5,000 people village. Helsinki didn't have no b-boys yet. After 1, 2, 3 years, the scene started to pop up. But ever since the 80s, nobody was breaking except for my small village and like one dude in a small town. That's
That's
it.
crazy. And do you know how breaking came to Finland?
Of course, yes. Many routes, but the biggest ones was the movies, music
Yeah,
videos, B
yeah,
Street, Wild Style, Star
yeah,
Wars. But when
yeah,
B
yeah.
Street was in the cinemas in 1984, that's really when the wave started.
Yeah.
There was a few people who came, like my teacher learned from a guy who came from Sweden to his city and taught him.
Mm.
And then Helsinki had this figure called Charles Salter, who started giving classes in Helsinki and
Ah,
really lit up the scene over there. So a guy from USA who moved to Helsinki and started to teach. He was the first big teacher in the
nice,
capital.
nice. I'm so grateful. I had so many different guests from so many different continents and cities, and most of them tell me it was the movies.
Mm,
Most of them.
true.
The best story I heard was from Sonic,
Hmm.
because Sonic he is from Colombia, right?
Yeah.
And but he moved to Denmark when he was older, right? So he told me on the podcast the story. When he moved to Denmark, he heard how breaking came to Colombia, right? When he
Hmm.
was small kid, they used to have also like the favelas, right? The poor regions where they live, and he used to see in the far feet in the air when he
What?
was a kid. But his grandmother forbid him to go there because it was dangerous, right? And he was just a small kid. And then he's later when he went to Denmark, he found out they learned dancing because they smuggled drugs to New York. When they
Okay.
smuggled the drugs to New York, the Americans showed them breaking, so they brought the breaking to their villages. So the
Okay.
first b-boys were drug dealers.
There you go. There you go. That's funny, man. You get the big picture. You hear from everybody, and then everybody kind of says the same thing. It was B Street that started it all.
Yes.
So now when I teach workshops, I mostly teach for newer generation. I always ask like, how many over here saw B Street? And I
Hmm.
get like 2% of the people raise their arms. You have a
Hmm.
big workshop, 200 people, and it's like 4 people raise their arms. Like, no, guys,
Hmm.
homework number one. Watch B Street, check it
Watch
out,
it.
find it, make it happen. It's
Um,
available, it's online, rent it out there, pay €2,
yeah.
and you'll be smarter
And
ever
and
since.
the and the beautiful thing about our culture, because it's so young, we still have the people around who lived everything there, right? For example, Po One. For me, Po One is the one of the best OGs we have. I wish every sport, every culture has an OG like Po. And there was an event in Hungary, and then Flashdance came, right? The song. And I said to Po, you for sure saw the movie in the theaters, right? And he said, brother, we sneak into the cinema, wait until the breaking part came, ran out with all the memories we had, tried to mimic, copy, learn, sneak into the next movie that came, like 3 hours later,
Yeah,
watched until the breaking part came again, went out.
again and again. Yes, yes. But that movie too, man, 83, that's, I don't know, 43 years ago.
Yes.
Then most of the people who was there in their early 20s, they're in their 60s now.
Mhm.
So we still have our OGs, yes,
That's so
but
nice. That's the best part. So
yeah.
when you keep on dancing in the after school classes, do you already feel like special and any element comforts you more? Is comes more natural to you, or you just try different things and later you found your love for different kind of elements?
The first thing, I was a quick learner when it came to breaking, but the first thing that I really learned was power.
Yes.
So I wanted to learn all the power that I saw. I saw windmill, I saw head spin. I would practice until I got it. And I was stubborn with it. So I was one of the people who caught up really quick, but I really wanted to learn power at first for the first few years.
Mhm.
So after I get my basics in ground power moves, then I would start go to events little by little. I was a powerhead at the beginning, but I would get dissed for the first few years. They're like, "Yo, focus, your footwork sucks." So I'm like, "Yeah." I go back to the lab. I work on my footwork, and I travel to Sweden for the first times, and they're like, "Yo, your footwork is okay, but your top rock sucks." So I'm like, "Shit." Back to the lab. But that's the cool thing about breaking. There's always something that you can work on. And even after 30 years of the dance, you're like,
You
shit,
never
man, I'm
finished.
still not done.
You
Never
never
finished. There's
finished.
still stuff to explore and express. Yes.
And of course, in the battlefield, this is the best feedback you get, right? There you really see where you're lacking.
That might be another thing that's different these days. Like when we started to grow up, coming to the events, it was brutal, it was honest, it was straight, and it was raw in that way. You would get this like, yo, this part of your dancing is terrible, it's trash. Go back home and practice.
Mhm.
And it's effective. It felt bad as a kid. When you're like 15 years old, of course, it hurts you. You pour your heart and soul into the dance, and somebody comes like, yo, you're whack,
Mhm.
kills you inside. But then
Yeah.
again, that's the best gasoline. That's the
And
motivation that really makes you work harder.
you can only back it up with your skills, right? This is
Absolutely.
that was the only thing that mattered. You will have a voice when you have skills. If you don't have skills, you have no voice. Earn it. Practice.
Yep,
Earn it.
absolutely. That's very different. Nowadays everybody got a voice and an opinion. But
Yeah.
back then if you didn't have skills, then
Yeah.
you had no
I have
opinion. You or if you did, it didn't matter.
I have a I have a real nice example. I hosted with another MC a cipher qualification, right?
Hmm.
So after 10 minutes, the MC comes to me and says, hey, can we please make a break? I say, why do you want to break? Yeah, some beginners came to me and they said they don't have a chance to enter any cipher. So can we say on the microphone, hey, can you please make space for everybody so everybody can cipher? And then I said, no, we're not going to do that because a cipher is something that happens naturally, right?
Hmm.
So this happens naturally and there is a cipher for everybody. So if you're a beginner, of course you can't enter where all the heavy hitters are. This is not your
Hmm.
space because you don't have the skills. If you're a beginner, you go to the corner, you take other beginners and you do your own thing. So I cannot say on the microphone, please make it fair for everybody. This is not how a cipher works. You know what I mean?
Nope. It's not the way it works. Make your own cipher at the corridor, in the hallway, outside of the entrance, all good.
Yes.
If you feel like you didn't deserve the spot in the main cipher yet, then go back to the practice. Come back next year
And
or the year after.
if you get the chance to enter main cipher with the heavy hitters, be prepared to get smoked. And not
Hell
even
yeah.
smoked like they make fun of you, like you say in the beginning, you know?
That is the best motivator right there, getting smoked, man. The best teacher. Somebody
Yes.
smokes you, you're like, gets you, but then again, really makes you work harder and come
Yeah.
back fresher next time around.
You remember the first events that you visited?
Absolutely. First breaking event that went down was something called the Helsinki Battle, but it was in 1999. So mid
Mm.
90s to the late 90s, we had no events. There was no breaking events in the whole country. So we would break in mostly like rap concerts and hip hop parties. There's
When this
MCs on the
cipher.
stage, we make a cipher on the floor, best DJs, of course, graffiti on the walls. So that was when the whole culture was in the building somehow naturally. Late 90s events started to pop up, and the first one was Helsinki Battle, which was a crew battle. They had Battle of the Year format, so my crew at the time before Flomo, called Midpoint Rockers, we made a show, made it to the finals, and eventually ended up winning the whole event.
Oh, nice.
And from there on, little by little, started to get more jams and also started to travel outside the country. But for
Mhm.
4 years, man, I practiced with no events. Hard to imagine also these days because there's an event or 5 events every single weekend. We had to wait for 4 years for my first jam.
No, it's crazy nowadays. I think we need to have a better job communicating, you know, because we cannot have like four big events on the same weekend. This is
True.
with all the internet and all the communication we have. What are you doing, guys?
True that. True
It's
that.
crazy. It's crazy.
At the same time, always, end of the summer, July, August, early September, bam, bam,
Reach
bam, bam,
out.
big
It's
events.
not it's
Exactly.
not a weakness to say, hey, when do you do your event? I want to do mine on the same weekend or maybe another week. Can we talk? Can we help each other? You know? So
Combine, make it the week before or week after, so people can
yeah,
stay for longer if they want.
yeah,
Get the food there.
yeah. I mean, like when we have countries like France, they have every weekend a battle, you know. So
Mm-hmm,
yeah, that
mm-hmm.
yeah. When but after I guess after Finland events, you went to your neighbor countries first, like to Norway, to Sweden, to events. Can you talk about some of the first events you went there?
Sure. So the first time I started traveling outside of the country to
Yeah.
break was Scandinavian Battle of the Year.
Ah,
So that
okay.
was 2000, the year after the first event in Helsinki. Very
Nice.
quick, there was many events. We rock all of them in the country, and we're like, okay, we need something else too. So my crew at the time started kind of falling apart, people going different routes. So we team up with the dancers from Helsinki from a crew called Savage Feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then with these people, we traveled to Sweden first, Scandinavian Battle of the Year, and eventually 2 years later ended up forming Flomo. So we were already battling before we actually made the crew happen with just
Nice.
two crews united.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And the first trip I go to, I see Sonic getting busy. I see Freeze getting busy. I see Elvis, Jan One, and Pablo from Freeze's crew at the time, moves per minute. And I'm like, damn, these guys are in their 30s. How can they still break? They're old as beep. And then luckily we still can see like Freeze getting busy next weekend in IBE and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
was inspiration already back then to see people of older generations still getting busy and not quit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're never catching up. So
Mm-hmm.
always trying to stay active still years after.
So around the millennium, there was the next boom in breaking, right? Because I remember I started in 2000, and I
Hmm?
remember in Vienna I started, and I remember like in 2001, Vienna has 23 districts, right? And in Vienna, it felt like in every district there are like three or four crews. Was that
Yeah.
in Finland the same? Was you think in this era you had the most crews?
Late 90s, early 2000s, when there was started to be more events, every single city had their own crews. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So every single city, Finland is a big country. So even all the way up in the north, every city had their own crews, and they
Mm-hmm,
would gather up, and not just individuals, but crews.
mm-hmm,
So now most of the stuff happens in Helsinki, the capital. and most of the new generation up there as well. But back then we had crews in small towns, like my city too. It's not a big city, but we had a crew still. So that's another difference between then and now, that we don't really have crews, and especially in smaller cities and places. There's You go to a small town, you cannot find a breaking crew out there,
Yeah.
and hopefully that can come back one day.
Hmm. So with which crew you had the biggest rivalry, you think?
Well, my crew, Midpoint Rockers, we had beef with the other crew that joined Flomo first. Because back
Aha!
then when you saw with the other people in the event, they were the guys who dissed me at first.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
So they're the guys who didn't enter in the event but would stay at the back and shout like, "Yo, focus, your footwork is whack." So of course we had beef at first, and back then you didn't just go and talk with the people. You just look at them from the side of the city and side of the event and freaking see what they're wearing. Yeah, they're whack, man.
Yay!
They ain't got no power. Their
Yeah.
footwork is okay, but their power sucks. We had beef, but these guys was busy because they was mostly touring with the band Bone Funk MCs around the time. The
Ah,
band was super
nice.
super big. It was like the most sold singles in Europe at the time, the Freestyler.
Rakamaka
So
phone, brother.
hell yeah. So they was busy touring the world, but they didn't make it to most of the Finnish events because of the tours.
Mm,
So
that's
we're
crazy.
reigning in the Finnish events, but these guys are traveling the world at doing shows and concerts. And then once that boom kind of started to fade out, then we started to do more battles together.
Nice. So when did you form Flomo? What year?
Flomo is 2002, so
2002.
April
Nice.
April 22nd, 2002. So journeying, we're getting 25 years next year, quarter
Nice,
of a
nice.
decade.
Nice. That's crazy. Congrats, G. 25 years is a
Thanks, man.
long, long time. How many members were originally in the first formation?
First original people was around 8 people from that
Eight
time.
people.
Yeah, a little by little, people change, move on
Hmm.
with different things, and we get new generation too. And I think now we're around the same, like 9, 10 people in the crew.
Hmm. Did you had any time where you had more members?
Nope, it's always been under 10 people. So
Yeah.
if one goes, then one comes, and that's it. But
Ah,
we
I see.
never really found like a big next generation chapter or something like this.
Hmm.
There's somebody who's dope and he's close to the crew. If he's a friend of the crew, like really tight, then he might have a chance to get in. But we never recruited many people at once. Like
Hmm.
to get into flow mode, you need to put in the work. You need to be close with the crew. If you got skills, that's dope. But if you're not a good person, then most likely you won't be in.
I mean, a crew member is more than just an asset in a battle, right? It's a part of a family.
Absolutely, yeah,
It's a part of
yeah,
a family. And with the crew member, you don't only can talk about breaking. You can talk about everything else besides breaking. So
absolutely, yeah. And the newest
skills.
members, if they've been close for a couple years, they might get a prospect shirt that they might wear a couple years again, clean up the studio, do the thing, pay their dues,
Hmm.
and eventually maybe battle everybody to get in.
Hmm.
That's the route for the last
So
members.
you have currently new generation coming up from Flomo.
Nope. Not really, no.
So you don't. I mean, I know you also teach. You have the B-boy B-girl dojo, right? Where you also teach knowledge, moves, everything. But you don't like have a dance school where you have newer kids coming every year and stuff like that.
I do run a studio in Helsinki called Cypher. I run
Hmm.
it together with Vortex
Hmm.
from the crew. And then we've been running it for 16 years already.
Oh,
Yes, we do
nice.
have next generation, but we more push them to form their own crews, make their
Okay,
own
cool.
flowmos,
Have their own
so that they can
identity.
start, yeah, so they can start their own legacy and
Hmm.
build it up.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
that's also very good approach. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
let's see. One day, of course, we're open for a new generation of breakers to represent the crew one day, but again, the principles can't really
Yeah.
change because of it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully one day we get new members, but until then, just us old farts.
So, when did you start? No, let me say it different. Um, I always say at the beginning, I forgot to say it with you. First time I saw you, and of course, I think like many others, it was Circle Kings,
Hmm.
right? So, do you think Circle Kings is a big part of your evolution, and that people know you internationally now also?
Of course, yeah. Some of the biggest, most important battles that I've ever done come back to Circle Kings.
Hmm.
And then it was also a change of an era in Europe. Because before, when we would go to events, we might end up in the final battle, but we would always lose against people with power and tricks and blow-ups. Like
Hmm.
scene was really all about people making
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fly.
yeah. The
Early
Koreans took
2000s.
over. The Koreans took
Koreans took
over.
over. Pokemon came in the
Yeah,
scene. We had Junior Breakthrough. We had
yeah,
Lilu
yeah. Brahim,
becoming a
all of them
superstar.
heavy hitters.
Brahim, yeah. So they were like the superstars of the early 2000s, and we're kind of like a counter movement of, nah, you gotta have foundation. You gotta have
Yeah,
your own style. You have
yeah,
to have musicality and such.
yes,
So there was this controversy always at the events, except for when Circle King showed up into the scene. It was like a shift in the perspective. It's like here is a two-on-two event which concentrates on people with style, finesse, and flavor. And
yes.
we were like, yes, we've been waiting this for years. And then ever since the first one came around, shout out to Amjad for making it happen, 2005.
Definitely, yeah.
I went back every single year, except for 1 year. It went down 7 years in a row, and I missed 1 year because me and Had Solo, we was battling in USA for an event called Kush Crash Test.
Oof, that was,
Same date,
oh my God.
unfortunately.
But the Goose Crash, this is one of the like I don't know how to say it, like underrated battles because the lineup was so heavy, so heavy.
Man, at that time, there was no big prize money or anything like this. So suddenly there's this event in Seattle by Massive Monkeys
Mhm.
called Cruise Crash
Was
Test.
it
They
by
have a
Messi? 10K?
10,000, 10K for 2-on-2 final, and then lineup was like Casper and K Mel, Born and Physics, freaking everybody was there,
Yeah,
invited only, so simply
Kml and
crazy.
Casper end up taking everything at the end. My heart
They ended
broke
up winning, yeah.
when Physics and Born lost to the US guys, to Lego and to what was his name? Oh, I forgot.
Who battled
Oh,
with Lego? I can't remember either. Oh shit, who was it?
I have his face in front of me. Fuck. Not detail. No, 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 no. What was his name? Oh, exact? No, what was his name? I know how he was dressed. God damn it.
You need an assistant like Joe Rogan has. Like, yo,
Hey, Jamie.
look
Uh,
it up.
Jamie, put up Kush Crash Fest.
Lego and partner.
Ah!
So who was it?
Let me check. Rivers. What is this? Rebirth. Rebirth.
Rebirth.
Rebirth.
Lego and Rebirth. Oh my
Yes,
God.
Rebirth.
Tells one.
Tells
Wow,
one.
that's a strong
Yes,
team
tells
too.
one. Bravo. Bravo. And when I saw this, because when I saw the lineup, I thought, wow, Physics and Born gonna win everything. And then they lost. But yeah, you have to be there to really know it because in the video, it's always different.
Always different. Yeah. We battled Thesis and Flexum in the first round.
Mhm.
And after that, don't remember if already next battle was Kama and Crack Casper.
Did
And
you lose
when
against them?
we lost against them in the top eight, I believe, or
Okay.
top four, either
It's
one.
always nice to
Yeah.
say I lost against the winners, right?
Oh, it's like a second place, best
Yeah.
spot, and it's actually better than becoming second at the event because you work your ass off and then you lose.
Yeah.
But if you lose in the top eight, you're like, nah, we lost to the winners. It's all good.
It was meant to be that they win, so
Got to
doesn't
the
matter.
after party earlier.
Yeah. So first Circle Kings that you were was 2005, right?
Yes, yes,
What,
absolutely.
and what was the first year that you won it?
2005.
Was it in the 2005? The
Yeah.
first time you came, you won it.
Yes. So I battled the six years in total. We was in the final every single year. So 3 times we win and 3 times we got the second place. But every single year for 6 years we was in the final. And if we win, if we lose, we're like, man, if you win, you need to go back and defend the title. But if you lose, you're pissed. You need to go back the next year to get the next crown. So
Yes,
every
yes.
time if we lose, we print out the face of Flea Rock and put it on the wall of our practice bar. We're like, man, we're not giving up this time around. We need that crown. So it
So
was a grind of 6, 7 years
from the three
of a
finals
daily basis.
from the three finals that you won, what do you think was the most important win?
First one, absolutely.
Hmm.
We meet up with Technique and Luigi in the final, Rocksteady crew, top of the top at the time, and early 2000s, mid 2000s. Like if a crew came from the States, you would not win them. They would kind of automatically win an event in Europe. That was the thing. Crew invited from the States, they win naturally. But then again, we have a legendary crew, Rocksteady, in the final, and we end up taking it. And the people in my town, they wouldn't believe it. We would give them a call right after the battle. They're like, "Get the fuck out of here! You shitting us." They did not believe that we won the Rocksteady crew in the final of the Circle Kings. That was not true. They're like, show us proof. And of course, there was no footage yet. There was no battle on YouTube the next day or live
You
streams, none
couldn't
of that. So
post the story that you already won. No.
no WhatsApp. You wouldn't send footage to your homies. They only had your word, and they did not take it.
So I mean, it's 20 years ago. It's a long time. But when you think about it, do you remember like when the battle finished? Do you remember? Okay, we have them. Like you knew that you won, or was it still like, let's see what the judges say?
It wasn't an option to win a crew like Rocksteady at the time. Nobody did it in Europe at the time yet. So no, we couldn't tell that we won. We knew that we gave it our all.
Yes,
When you battle your way to the top and you go round after round after round and you're done, there's nothing in your mind. That's like the best meditation. Your mind is empty. All the
nice,
stress, all the thoughts are gone, and
nice,
you're giving it your all, and you wait for the verdict to show up.
nice.
So we felt confident. Yes, we did great. We gave it everything that we had, but winning against somebody like Rocksteady at the time was not an option.
Well, definitely a statement, right? Um,
Absolutely.
and from the three losses that you had in the finals, what do you think was the most important loss?
Important loss. Well, the hardest loss was against Flea Rock.
Mhm.
Yes, really hard loss. Of course. Once
What
once
what did make
after.
what did it make hard? What was hard about it?
Hmm. Let me think of the years. I think 2005 was the first year we took it. 2006 we lost to Menno and Cisco, and we're pissed. 2007 we lose to Skill Methods in the final, and we're pissed. So I guess the hunger of, man, we really need this shit we've been working for 3 years to get our second crown, and then we lose again. We're like, the dream is crushed, and then go back to the lab, come back the next year, the year after. So I guess, yeah, the dream that was shattered was the
Hmm.
hardest thing. Yeah,
Okay,
it
okay,
hurt.
I see. Mhm. But and there was like a special the final Circle Kings was like a special final, right?
Hmm.
They put you and the Roughneck Attack, and then they made the crew battle out of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Two event all the way until the final, and
Mhm,
everybody knows it's the last edition of the Circle Kings. This was 2011, so
mhm,
everybody knows this is the last time it's happening. No guarantee if it's ever gonna come back, and it hasn't ever since.
mhm,
And Amjad knew that both of the crews came in strong. So all of my crew was there, all of Roughneck Attack was there as well. Even though it was Pluto and Intact in the final, then Amjad is like, wait a minute, let's just turn it into a crew battle. Let's make it
nice,
something unforgettable, something. Just give respect for both crews. And then turns out to be a crew battle, full crews, like 8 people on both sides, 5 to 8 people on both sides, round after round after round. And at the end of the day, Amjad is like, man, I got 2 crowns, so we might as well just make both crews
nice.
crowned and become classic on their own right. So he gave one crown
Nice,
each per crew,
nice,
which was
nice,
mad dope.
nice. I mean, both of your crews really represent what Circle Kings is all about, right? So it's just fitting. It's just fitting.
Absolutely, yes.
Um, uh, I was one time at Circle Kings
Mhm.
in Lausanne in 2009. I visited once.
Okay,
Yes, I think that's when the
2009.
Koreans won. I think.
Probably yes. So they won that year. That was the crash test year. I wasn't there that year.
Ah, yes, yeah, yeah,
So we
exactly.
came back the year after, and
Yeah,
Jinjo was there. We
yeah,
met Jinjo in the final and won
uh-huh.
won against them the
Yeah,
year
yeah.
after.
Wing and skin, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, what monsters! What monsters! Uh, Also, 2009 is one of, I think, your most famous battles is the exhibition battle with Rox, right?
hmm
Yeah. I had Rox also on my pod, and he told me the story. Now we get to hear your side, right?
Oh
So,
shit.
how did it come to this that you go to the USA and battle Rox right one on one?
So let's see if our stories match. Hopefully, you get the other perspective. So shout out to Max One for making it happen. A
Rest in
couple
peace,
years
Max.
earlier, um, we started to travel to New York to go for events like the Rocksteady anniversary. We ended up winning it in 2006, which was a huge thing for my crew, and Max was there as well. Max was there as well, and Max was seeing that we only not did the competition and end up winning it, but we also rock ciphers hard. So
Mhm.
he's like, that's the energy I want to see at my event. So we stay in touch, and he's like, you know what, Focus, I got this crazy idea of making like a boxing match type of exhibition battle. Most of the time back then, exhibition battles was like 5, 6, 7 rounds, whatever. You had the crazy who can roast the
Who
most,
can
which was
roast the
10
most? Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah.
It was 10 rounds, but he's like, man, boxing matches are 12 rounds. I want to make a breaking match that's set up in as a professional breaking boxing setup matchup, but and make it 12 rounds, man. Make ever the first ever 12 rounds exhibition battle. And I want you to go against Rocks, right? And then, of course, Max was kind of like the head of the squadron. And then Rockstrite was part of the squadron too. And he's like, of course, Rockstrite's holding it down decade after decade after decade. And then he's like, man, you guys need to meet up. It's a couple kind of a different kind of styles, but then again, might make an interesting matchup and a
Hmm.
good contrast of a battle. So he hit me up like, let's make it happen. Of course, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. You don't say no to a call out like that. There's a
Hmm.
deal like that. Like this is gonna be legendary. It's gonna be a classic.
Hmm.
So of course you take it. And he hit me up about like a half year in advance. So if I got
Okay.
6 months for preparation, I know it's gonna be longer than anything else that we've seen on tapes or at events, then I need to be in killer shape.
Hmm. Hmm.
So at the time I was training with like a kung fu mixed martial arts trainer. He was teaching me
Okay.
how to fight, and also he would get me in shape as far as going to the gym and setting up programs, and he would look after my nutrition and everything. So
Okay.
he was
Okay.
really schooling me like, man, you need to get into like Bruce Lee level of this breaking stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm like, hell yeah. So we had a good exchange. I would teach him how to break, and he would teach me how to fight for my confidence, but also how to get in a great shape in a exhibition type battle way.
Hmm.
So that's pretty much it. I trained for 6 months like a maniac
Hmm.
and meet up with Rocks over there in Orlando.
Was it more that you trained your condition than you practice moves for the battle?
I trained everything at once. I did everything around that time. So I might have 2 or 3 training sessions in a day. I would hit the gym at early, like 6, 7 o'clock. I would hit the gym. I would go running in the afternoon and I would break after that. So I would
Okay.
really push hard. So I would train everything at once. And for a short period of time, you can do it. But then again, I
Mm-hmm.
kind of kept going after because I kind of liked it. I liked the discipline aspect of it. So I kept going after the battle. I'm like, I want to keep going with the training. And that
Nice.
was maybe too much. I got injured right after and whatever.
Okay. Too much for the body, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yes.
did you had a specific game plan battling against him, or did you just take it round per round, see what he's doing? I'm gonna respond to what he's doing.
Well, preparing for it, I dug up, I studied his style a lot.
Okay.
It's like the art of war, Sun Tzu, know your enemy. So I study his footage. I see the way he handles himself. I see the way that he structures his rounds. He has a lot of freezes that I didn't have at the time, so I work on different kind of freeze combos. So at least I have something to throw at him when he
Hmm.
throws me his freezes. So you can see me start off the battle with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different freeze combos. I'm like, here's a freeze
Mm.
combo for your ass, and let me rock some footwork for you right after.
Nice, 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 nice.
But mostly I was freestyling in the battle,
Hmm.
and then I didn't have rounds set up. It was more about the moment. I knew that DJ Scheme Riches is going to be behind the deck, so the music is going to be quality. It's going to bring out the best in me. So I can't prepare too much because you never know what the music
Of
is going to
course,
be
the
like.
music dictates everything.
Yeah, so I kept it mostly open as far as what I'm going to do, and somehow it all came together. But still, I tried to approach the rounds in a kind of a way that every round has kind of a different kind of style in it. So I
Hmm.
don't just do the same kind of stuff over and over again.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
And
one,
before the
go ahead.
last round, any time in the battle that you think, oh, I don't know if I can hold these two more rounds or three more rounds or one more round, or did you feel confident all the way till the last round?
After round two, I'm like, shit, I got 10 more rounds left. It was funny. Of course, when we're in Florida, everybody, like the whole jam goes behind Rocks Right. You have their nation's favorite B-boy. So everybody's behind Rocks Right. I see like David's there, freaking Luigi's there. Everybody's there behind Rocks Right. So I'm like, shit, man, I'm on my corner. Alien Ness comes up, walks behind me. He's like, I got the whole jam back in Rocks Right, so I at least need to take your back focus. So he worked as a coach on that battle in that
Bless
way.
his
That
heart.
every after a couple of rounds, he's shouting to me, "Yo, focus! You're top rocking too much. You're making yourself tired." So I'm like, "Thank you." So I make my top shorter, so I got more energy
Nice,
on the ground level.
nice, nice,
He's
nice,
like the coach at the corner of a boxing ring, shouting me things in
nice.
between just to get some more strategy involved.
That's nice. That's really nice. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Really. That's really. I wouldn't have expected that. So after the battle was finished, did you feel that you won? There is no official winner, you know, but you yourself, you feel that you won the exhibition battle?
I feel both won, man. There
Okay.
is no winner in this
Hmm.
exhibition battle. Both we got two winners in this one. Just like the Flomo against Roughneck, we got two winners on this one too.
Hmm.
And we both held it down. We both did our own personal approach, and we both killed it. So I don't think there's a winner or loser in this battle. Nope.
Hmm. Hmm. I want to ask you a question, and both in two perspectives. One as a judge, because you also judge a lot, right now,
Hmm.
and as a competitor, right? So the scenario is this: is a crew battle, and the right side goes out, and the guy calls out this guy. He say, "Hey, I want you," and he says,
Hmm.
"What do you want?" He say, "I want you," and they, hey, hey, hey. So the guy finishes his round, and then this guy is not entering, but this guy is entering.
Mm.
So, as a competitor, if you are this guy, you send this guy or you go out.
As a competitor, when I'm competing in a crew battle, I do not go for somebody calling my crew's dancers out. I have my own game plan. I'm like, yo, you take it. We control the situation. So I would not react to it. Even if a person, let's say this guy comes in, tries to get hat solo, I'm like, hat solo, cool. Taya, you do it. So we have the control of the situation. We do not go for other people's game plans. Nope.
Huh? Oh, okay. Okay. And as a judge, do you think that okay, then the answers will be the same then, because the question for as a judge is, do you think that this shows weakness and that this side cannot win the round anymore because they didn't respond to the call out?
Yeah, if let's say if judge thinks it's weakness, then my crew would lose every single round. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay,
round
because
after round, we see what goes down in the floor. But absolutely, you
Mhm.
yes, as a b-boy, you have to accept the call out in a cipher. But if it's a crew battle, then you can choose if you control it
Ah,
or not.
okay. So you make it a difference if it's a cipher or if it's a crew battle. In a cipher, you will respond immediately. You wouldn't send Taya or Hat Solo, but in a crew battle, is different.
I would say in a competition, organized setup battle like this, crew battle, it is different. Yeah, if somebody calls me out personally at a cipher, then I do have to accept the call out. Yes, that's the integrity of me as a b-boy. But if it's a crew
Hmm.
battle, it's a crew against crew, and you get to choose if you feel like you guys need to have this whole thing in charge.
Okay, I never saw it from your perspective because I personally saw it as weakness. I'm honest.
Hmm.
I thought if you get called out, you have to respond. And if you don't respond, for me, that shows like weakness or you don't have enough to beat his round, you know, but you show a different perspective. You say, I don't give you the control of the battle. I
Yeah,
control the battle.
exactly.
This is
I
my
control the
strategy.
battle, man. It's a sign of confidence too. Like you keep your things, but we
Okay.
do it our way.
No, I really appreciate your opinion because you battled everybody in the world so many times and on the highest level. So yeah, I respect your opinion too, bro.
Yes, sir.
So we already talked about it. You also start judging a lot, right? When did you start getting into judging?
My first judging gig was 2003, if I remember right.
Already.
Yeah. And then I got flown out to judge an event, was around 2004 or 5.
Hmm.
2005, I think, was the year when I was flown out the country to
Okay, okay,
Poland,
okay.
to Poland to judge. But
But
before
did
that,
it?
I was already judging in my country a little
So
while.
you liked to also judge battles then? You
It felt like an honor already from the beginning if you're
okay?
invited to judge, and of course you feel flattered by it. Somebody appreciates your contribution in a way and
Mm-hmm.
appreciates your opinion about about things.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, and your experience. So it felt very flattering at first, but pretty quick you start to understand that the importance of judges
Mm-hmm.
in a way that they kind of dictate the direction where the scene
Yeah,
will
100%.
continue from there.
100%.
Like if somebody wins a big battle, then you have a million fanboys and girls looking up to them and want to be like them. So if the winner is whack, then it's whack for the culture as well. So it's a
So,
big responsibility, big shoes to
so
fill.
since you have over 20 years experience in judging, I guess you also saw a lot of different systems how to
Mhm.
judge, right? So, what's your personal favorite system to judge?
My personal favorite, I think there's a good system for different situations too. Like
Okay.
not a trivium system would maybe not work in an underground. It wouldn't work in an event like Circle Kings.
Yeah.
And then again, underground, round by round, pen and a paper kind of thing would work
Mhm.
on the Olympic level. So there's a different setup for different
So
different
you,
events.
so you think we can't have a system that fits everything?
Absolutely not. No, that we have so many different kind of events that every event has different kind of needs.
Hmm.
UK championships have different kind of needs than Battle of the Year, and then Flow Anniversary has different kind of needs than IBE. So there's no one system that works for everybody. I think there's definitely
Hmm.
need for different kind of systems, and I will be honest. I like using different kind of systems too. Feel sometimes judging systems gives you clarity and tools on how to break down what do you
Yeah,
vote for.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
would not change the way that I judge. I still have the same crew as the winner, but now I have tools to break down. the
Mm-hmm.
reasons why this crew won, and give feedback based on
Mm-hmm.
that one too.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I like about the new current sound judging systems is that they give automatic feedback.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to go with the iPhone or with the phone right after, with the laptop or iPad right after the event, have a line up to the judges like, what's my footage, what's my
Yeah.
round, give me
Yeah.
feedback. No, the new systems give you feedback right away so that you can understand what you need to work on.
Mm-hmm. How do you like the round by round judging, or do you like to judge the complete battle, or do you like more to judge round by round?
Round by round, every single battle. So
Mm-hmm.
ever since I got introduced to judging, as soon as we started learning about round by round, it made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then ever since that, every time I judge, I judge round by round. Yes. So
Okay. Okay.
even
Okay.
if you do a crazy blowout routine at the end of the round, end of the battle as the last round, and then all of the other rounds are shit, then you will not win the whole battle because you took the last round. No way, round by
Yeah.
round every single time.
Yeah. 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 I see. I see. Did you had some call outs because you didn't vote for the competitors?
I did. I had some call-outs in the past, yes. Um, which I always took. Maybe not now anymore at the age of 43, I should do it, but I took all of the call-outs, yes. And I paid the price for it too. My niece paid the price for
Okay. Okay.
call-outs.
Okay.
But then
Rememberable one
again,
you can tell us about?
which one?
Can you tell us about one?
Uh, I had this crazy experience in Russia where I was the only judge. And that's a big
Oh, that's always
responsibility right
horrible.
there. Yeah,
That's
it's
always.
always horrible.
Please
There are
don't do
two
that.
people on the floor, both on a high level, then one person is gonna disagree. There's only one judge, then somebody's gonna get called out. You got no question who's it gonna be. So it's a hot seat. It's like you're like under everybody's target,
Yeah.
waiting for being called out with just
Yeah.
one judge. One time I was judging, and the organizer uh, was a lady who had a boyfriend who was a bodybuilder, but he didn't speak any English. He only spoke Russian, and he was this big guy who was right behind me. I'm sitting as the only person, only judge again, another time. And then this dude, this bodybuilder, is standing next to me, and he didn't like the way I judge. So he started kicking my chair because he couldn't speak any English. So I'm trying to concentrate on the battle, and there's this bodybuilder kicking my chair, and I'm trying to hold myself in one place, and I'm still trying to pay attention and do my work. That was wild.
Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
please let the judges do their job. Don't interrupt them. Don't run around. Don't grab their shoulders. Hey, how you doing?
Don't kick their chair while they're judging the events. Nope.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Don't threaten with violence.
That's so crazy. So you already mentioned now you're 43, but you're still dancing, you're still practicing. How do you keep yourself in shape?
I train in various ways. I
Hmm.
feel my foundation is going to the gym now
Yeah.
and incorporating my rehab training that I got from my physiotherapist for my injuries into my practice.
Hmm.
So my foundation is my rehab training that I make as part of my workouts.
Hmm.
And if I keep these going, then break-in is possible.
Hmm. Yeah, this is. I recently started breaking again, like regularly, because I also were injured and everything. And like you say, for me the same. If I didn't went to the gym like the last 2 years, I wouldn't have the strength to practice again. And now when I go to the gym, I'm like, do it so you can break. Do it so you can break. Do it so you can break.
Exactly. That's like layer one. And
Yeah.
then break-in is the fun that you
Without
get to have because of it.
without the gym, there is no breaking.
In your 40s, that is the foundation.
Yeah.
Yes, the new
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah. Also, I want to ask you, in your prime, yeah, what do you think was your prime time in battling? Like, when did you feel the strongest?
I think breakers back in my time was in their prime at when they're 27. So my
27.
prime time was exactly the Rocks Right Battle, the exhibition.
Ah, I see. Okay, 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 okay. And Uh, I mean, I wanted to ask how you practice in these times, but you already mentioned it, right? You had the kung fu trainer with you. You did multiple sessions per day. But maybe I can ask, how did you? Let's put the other things aside, but let's talk just about breaking. How did you approach your practice? Did you have a plan? Did you only practice certain elements? Talk a little bit about this, please.
My priority with breaking was cipher style rounds. So
Okay.
most of the stuff that in my prime, if I would go for like a gym session for strength and endurance and strong mind, that came from something else. Stamina came from something else, from like running sprints, uphill sprints outside of breaking practice.
Mm-hmm.
So I would kind of think like, what are the aspects that I need in order to get better? I need stamina, I need strength, I need mobility, I need I need to be able to breathe. So I would
Mm-hmm.
go to swim for
Mm.
recovery
Okay, okay.
because once you move underwater, then you kind of have to naturally learn to have control of your breath.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I would do yoga for recovery and also how to incorporate my breath into the movement. That's what I loved about yoga is that in breaking, most of the time, once we hit the floor, people just hold their breath and go as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But in yoga, I would learn how to move and incorporate the breath into the movement. So I would learn that from that side. And if I had all these aspects that I need already in check from outside of breaking practice,
Mm-hmm.
when I
Mm-hmm.
get to break, I simply can just express myself and get
Mm-hmm.
creative.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the music brings out of me will be natural in that case.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to force it. I've
Mm-hmm.
already checked the boxes from everything that I need. So
Yeah.
once I get
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
breaking practice, I simply just can rock
So,
like
so,
I dance
so,
in a cipher.
so definitely you cannot just only break, right? You need to have different kind of activities to make you better, stronger, right? So you cannot just be a B-boy and that's it.
Yeah, it depends what you want out of your breaking. But if you really want to make it in battles, then just breaking
Mhm.
is definitely not enough.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that I'm already in my prime and I've done most of the work. I've done
Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
power training in the early
Yeah.
years, so
Mhm.
I can just use them whenever I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
done my research and drilling for my footwork and foundation already
Yeah.
because I took years and years of studying and drilling for that.
And
So now I'm at the prime time where I can just express whatever the
what
music brings out of me.
uh, what did help you with creating moves? Where did you get your creativity from?
Everywhere outside of breaking. So I feel like nowadays people just watch breakers and try to get inspired by other people. I would get my moves from lockers, from house dancers, from poppers, from kung fu, from movies, everywhere. Everything that would be part of my life, everything that I would see, I would try to think like, can I do this locking move in a breaking way?
Hmm.
And can I take like the ticking style of popping and make it part of my footwork? I'm
You
like,
did this
yes,
you do this in
it's a
footwork, right?
connection. Yes, exactly.
Ah, this is where that inspiration comes from.
Exactly. So I would
Ah,
always bite, but from outside of breakers. I would never
that's
bite
nice.
breakers, but from
That's
other
nice.
styles of movement. Yes.
That yeah, because this is a signature from you. I think everybody knows this
Oh
footwork
yeah, yeah.
from Focus.
And now if somebody does it at the event, they're like, "Yo, this focus is move." I'm like, damn right. I bit it from poppers.
That's nice. That's nice. And nowadays, how does your life look? You travel. You still travel to compete, or only just to teach and maybe a workshop or judge and stuff like that?
I kind of quit competing around 6 years ago ish. I did like one 40 plus battle, but I don't really compete no more.
Hmm.
I do teach a lot. I judge a lot. I go to the events just to support and vibe out,
Nice,
just to cipher myself.
nice,
But my life is revolving around family. I just bought a
nice.
house a half a year ago, so I'm
Oh,
renovating
congrats!
this 70-year-old wood house that I'm turning into like a practice spot, and I'm turning it into a center where we can host people with the family, but also host other breakers if they want to come and
Nice.
learn. So I'm actually building this first small camp dojo retreat in a
Hmm.
couple of weeks, and it's gonna go at my home, go down at my house. So
Nice.
that's happening in a few weeks, and let's see where it goes from there. Let's throw the first physical camp of the
So
dojo
you
after running it for 10 years.
so you
Let's
always
see what
been
comes next.
so you always been dancing? You never had a real job? Real job?
I never had a real job, man.
Nice, brother. Congrats. That's always nice to hear.
Thank you, thank you.
That's all. Did you have to make a
Yeah,
choice one day in your life? Okay, I have to go full here, or I need to go full here.
yes, yes. And I remember that day too.
Please tell us about that day.
I got into university, but only one line of studies. I applied to many things, and there was only one line of studies that was like, yeah, you can come in. And it was computer science networks, computer network science, whatever,
Mhm.
computer network sciences. And then I'm like, I'm not sure about this. And of course, everybody, my parents, everybody tell me like, go to university, you can change your main subject if you want. If you don't like it, then you just change your major. And I'm like, okay, let me give it a shot. I go in for a couple of months and I start getting these books that's like 700 pages in English. The
No, no
Prince,
pictures.
the Principles of Marketing by a writer called Kotler. I remember that heavy. It was like a Bible, and it's like you got 1 week for the exam. I'm like, the fuck out of here. So I go into the practice spot. I throw my backpack in the corner. Hat Solo is there, and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Nah, let's break, man. Let's go all in. This is it, now or never." I quit school and dedicated my life for breaking
Wow, amazing,
all
brother.
out. But I did make a promise for my parents. Of course, they weren't happy with the idea. Yo, mother, I'm quitting university for breaking. You're like, nope, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. But I made a promise that I will go back once the time is right. One day I will go and get my papers.
Hmm.
And after 7 years of simply just being uh, a professional breaker, I went back to school for culture and arts management, which is more about how do you throw a festival, how do you organize
This
an
is something you
event.
can use for your real life, yes?
Absolutely. And then how to apply for grants for events and stuff like this. So I graduated ever since. I took four
Nice.
years of school. I remember going to the school with my luggage to go straight to the airport, travel back overnight and be at 8 a.m. on Monday with the same luggage. And then because you had to be there in order to graduate.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
did it, man. I did it.
Nice,
So
brother. Nice.
I graduated eventually.
Nice, nice. Congrats, congrats.
Thank
That's
you.
nice to hear, bro. That's really nice to hear. Um, I mean, I know we could do a couple of more hours, no problem. We have enough stuff to talk about. But now that we're winding down, we come to our segment. It's called Your Favorite Five. We talk about your favorite five things.
Let's go.
No particular order, just five things, right? Fave five. We always start with the B-boys. So your fave five B-boys, no particular order,
All time.
all time.
Shit. Ken Swift,
The Prince.
Maurizio,
Ooh,
Evo,
Evo, nice.
Storm, and then fifth place is hard.
The hardest.
Say Remind.
Remind. So we have a nice OG lineup here. Really nice.
Pretty much, yeah.
B girls.
Top five. Taya,
Yeah.
Beta,
Yeah.
Asia One, mm, AT,
Hmm.
Jazz Skills.
Nice. Nice. Also heavy lineup. We talked about some of them, but your fave five battles that you battled.
Ooh. Exhibition against Rocks, right?
Mhm.
Exhibition against Flea Rock. Another battle with Flea Rock when he called me out at V1.
Oh, in Russia.
Yes. Um, Circle Kings final against Rocksteady. And then Rocksteady anniversary final, Flavor Squad against Flowmo.
Nice, nice. That's a nice list. It's a really nice list. Since you also traveled a lot, right? Your favorite cities or countries that you visited?
Ooh. I liked Orange County in California.
Okay, nice.
OC. One time when you feel like I could stay. Don't want to go home. I love Finland, of course. Finland, my headquarters. Brazil was amazing.
Mm.
Japan. And then last one, Mexico.
Mexico. Nice, nice. Yeah, South
Mexico.
America, I need to go to. I never been to South America, so this is definitely a destination of
I
mine.
need more, man. I need Argentina. I need
Yeah.
Peru, Venezuela. I need to go.
So because you're also very known for ciphering and your skills in the cipher, 5 dancers that you can choose, dead or alive, in their prime or not, that you can cipher with.
Ooh. Okay. Cypher Cat. Juice Boogie.
Nice,
Massive Monkeys.
nice.
Flowmaster. Why not? Casper.
Mhm.
And then Alien S.
Oh, nice, nice. It's also a nice choice. Since you also now are a DJ, right?
Hmm.
Your fave 5 DJs.
Ooh. Skim Richards.
Mhm.
Lacey.
Rest in peace.
Do I have to say more?
Oh, we can leave it at two. It's your list, man.
Let's leave it over
Yes.
there. Top two.
Okay. So now we're gonna build the perfect breakout, right?
Hmm.
So we have top rocks, footwork, power moves, freezes, but we're gonna add flavor and fashion. Okay.
Mm.
So you can just name one name for each category. We start with top rock. Who do you choose?
Mr. Wiggles.
Ooh. Okay. Footwork.
Focus.
Focus. You know this guy? Yeah.
Never heard. Nope.
Freezes.
Rocks.
Power.
ASA, second to none.
What was the name? Sorry?
ASA, second to none crew.
ASAP.
ASA, ASA,
ASA. Okay, I need to do my research.
second to none, UK, old school. Triple
Second to
Halos.
none, I know. Shoutouts. Nice. Okay, okay. Flavor.
Flavor. Ken Swift.
Kenny. And last but not least, how should the breaker be dressed? Like when you see a dancer and you say, oh, he or she looks dope.
Hmm. Damn. Who's the best dressed B-boy out there? You know what? Let me bring this to Eddie Styles.
Eddie Styles. Okay,
Rock so
nice.
fresh.
Nice. Brother, I have to say shout outs to you too, because every time I see you battle or chilling, it matches. So,
Dope.
and you also saw me now a couple of times. You know how important that's for me too. So,
That's what it's about, man.
shout outs to you
Dancing
too.
is a visual thing, man. The way you express yourself is everything.
100%.
And the way
That's
that
why
you carry yourself, what you rock is the foundation.
that's why I say they love breaking, but they don't love our fashion, brother.
Yup,
You know?
100%.
So the perfect breaker, according to Focus, has the top rocks of Wiggles, the footwork of Focus, the freezes of Rocks, the power of Asa, the flavor of Ken Swift, and he's dressed like Eddie
Ooh.
Styles.
There you have it.
It's
Let
nice.
somebody, a scientist, gene manipulate it with AI, whatever,
Yeah.
make it
I
happen.
have I
We
have
need to see
like
this.
I have like at least 35 or 40 perfect breakers from all the guests. You know,
Ooh,
when AI is so good, I'm gonna make a bracket and then let's see who's gonna win, you know?
so dope.
So now yeah, aliens. UFO is coming. They come to Cypher Studios. Yeah. They
Ooh.
say, focus, your breakdance, B-boy. What is breaking? So, which battle do you show them? It can be one of yours, but it doesn't have to be.
To show what is breaking,
What is breaking?
let's take it back to the Roxy. New York City
Oh, Beach Street.
Breakers against Rocksteady Crew.
Nice. So the aliens watched it and they say, we are breakdancers now too. We can break and we're going to take over the world. But you, sir, you can save the world. Yeah? 5-on-5 battle. The aliens versus the 5 best Finnish breakers of all time in their prime.
Wow.
Who do you take to save the world?
Oh my God, Finnish Breakers have to save the world. Next to me, I do take Taya,
Yes.
Atta, Hat Solo, AT. That's it. 5 people, isn't it? Including me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Flomo plus Atta, right?
Well, Atta was Flomo for a couple of years, so there's always
Really?
Flomo.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, first of all, aliens, fuck off, fly back. You're gonna get smoked.
Fuck out of here.
And I didn't know Atta was in Flomo too. Nice.
Yeah.
Is that true? You were in Ghost Crew too?
I was in Ghost for a couple of years too, yes.
There was. I heard there was like like an all-star crew, right?
It was a project from different countries around north of Europe.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then, we didn't have too much recognition for Nordic skills yet, so
Mm.
Freeze put it together as a project to bring more awareness of Nordic
Nice.
breakers. So he gathered the best people in the countries.
Nice, nice. Dope, dope. All good to know. Did you know that Lamin always were a wanted member?
Not really, no.
Yeah, he was almost in wanted crew. Can you imagine Lamin
Okay.
in wanted crew?
What?
That's a whole other reality, right?
That's a whole other reality, yeah. So seeing Wanted killing on Battle of the Year, I was there when they make their breakthrough. If Lamy was there as well, then that would have
Was
been
in
on
2001 you
another
saw it
level.
live?
Yeah. I was there. I was there,
They
man.
they changed everything. They changed everything. Wanted changed everything. It's so crazy. Brother, thanks so much for taking your time. A wonderful time. We are, like I said, we could talk for a little bit more, but life is lifing. You have any last words and shout outs?
Yo, shout out to the Godfather for inviting me over here. I'm gonna see you next weekend in IBE. Everybody
Yes.
else tuning in, get the Patreon membership to support the brother
Oh,
so that he can keep it going.
listen to this man, please listen. Not only because he said this. Yeah. For me also, thank you again, brother. Was really nice to talk to you about. I always say to my guests, the first one I do with them via Zoom, and if we have a chance to do a second one, I like to do one in person too. You know, then
Hell yeah.
it's different in person, right? It's
That's what
different.
it's about. We
Yeah.
connect. We connect on
Subscribe.
travels.
We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Become a patron. You get all the podcasts in advance, 2 podcasts every month. And you also get the after talk that you can join where we ask some more deeper questions. You can also join the Zoom. Yes, when we have the interview. So don't wait. Make it happen. And yeah, that was a very breaking show with your favorite big host.
Peace, peace.